Let's go, let's go, let's go, and welcome to the Art of Music Tech podcast. We're here at the One of One Production Studios in Fort Lee, New Jersey. Just over our shoulder is New York City, and it's always over our shoulder looking at us. So doing gigs here and there over there. But this is where we do our magic and do our projects and video and audio recording and stuff like that in this studio. And today we are featuring Heil Sound. Heil is a storied. I mean, they've been in the audio industry, the '60s. Bob Heil,
Heil.
Heil, excuse me. Bob Heil started this. I mean, wow, yeah, in the mid '60s, doing stuff with the Beatles. Peter Frampton he created the talk box. Just an amazing engineer that we've all heard his contributions to audio. But now he's adding another contribution to audio and in the podcast world. So, I mean, right now you're hearing me on the Heil PR40, which is their most premium broadcast mic for podcasts and stuff like that. And I'm loving it. I'm getting all of the low end. I'm getting top end. Sounds really good. I've heard it on both my vocals and your vocals, Dennis. And welcome to the show. I don't know if I said
Hey guys, yes, and I'm on PR30, which is a little bit cheaper than PR40. This is 259
Yep.
versus 329, right?
Yep.
And the boom arm is
The PL2T boom arm, which is great, very adjustable. You only have like one or two tweak points at the elbow. You're just adjusting and it just stays there, so that's pretty nice.
it's a solid arm.
And I'm moving it right now. And you can do it without too much rumble. And the microphones come with these fantastic shock mounts too. That
Heavy
really,
duty.
yeah. I mean, total metal and just really does a good job on
I think
just a very
these
well
type
made.
of shock mount you get with a $1,000, $2,000,
Exactly.
$3,000 microphone.
That's what you usually get with like a tube mic or like those heavier. And this is a dynamic microphones. Both of them are, which this is good for people who have a noisier background. If you're in your home office or studio or apartment, people walking around or
Sirens in the background.
Yeah, this really concentrates on the vocals. You can use it with music as well.
Sure can.
Stuff that's really good in like that mid-range, like guitars. I feel bass. Yeah, definitely bass, because especially with the microphone you're on, Dennis, the PR30, it has not that much high end to it. It's kind of
less brighter than
it's not
PR40.
it's not as bright as the PR40, which I particularly like the PR40 high end for vocals, especially when you're dealing with female vocals and stuff like that. But Heil, the PR30 rather, that does a great job at just getting a great sound on your vocal with no extra coloring on the top end. And it also works with well with bass, even like snare.
Yep.
Stuff that just doesn't have that sparkle.
Kick, floor tom, maybe?
Kick and floor tom, definitely. I would probably put the PR40 as like overheads to really get that sparkle and like splashes and hi hats and stuff like that. So cymbal work, you know.
But as far as frequency range, this goes from 40 hertz to 18 kilohertz, and PR40 goes from 28 hertz to 18 kilohertz.
So
It still has a roll off, the
uh-huh.
top end roll off, but
Yeah.
most of the frequencies there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean some microphones, yeah, will go to 20.
Yeah,
You'll hear a
20.
lot of 20 to 20,
A lot of
20
air.
hertz to 20 k, but this, it kind of pulls back on how much sparkle you get from that high end.
But also dynamic microphone.
Yeah, yeah, and it's a dynamic microphone, so it's not as sensitive. Period on the high end. Like,
But once we switch, you'll be able to hear both male and female on these microphones. So
yeah, yeah. Should we do that now?
yeah, and then we'll talk about history.
All right, let's go. All right, and we're back.
And I'm back too.
All right, I'm on the PR30, which you should be able to hear. It's a slight difference with the, like I said, the sparkle on the high frequency range, but still very solid sounding. Can't take anything away from it. It just kind of depends on what you're into.
Yeah, application.
And maybe your budget. If you only have a $260
plus tax, maybe.
Yeah,
depends on the state
range, then you would go with the PR30, and then with the PR40, it's an extra $80 or so. I would say
spend more money.
Spend a little bit more money for that extra sparkle, so it can, it's flexible enough to be used with so many other things. But again, also this one as well. And we already named, what we feel would be good with the PR30. With the PR40, like we said, overheads, hi-hat stuff, even percussion, like shaker rays, those extra, like those toys and stuff like that. This would be killer.
Or cajon.
Yeah, cajon. Yeah, putting it in the back of a cajon. Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of percussion based stuff for both of these microphones. I personally love, and using it for podcasting as well.
Well, I think the main application for
It's
these
podcasting.
microphones, I think is the podcasting.
Yeah.
But again, frequency range allows you to use dynamic microphones, like any dynamic microphones.
Yeah.
You would use. This can be used on. Yeah,
it's like, I guess, for the audio, for us audio folks, it's like a 57 on steroids. Just bigger sound, but really gives you body. It's more body. So when you're mixing and figuring out where you want to place things, I feel like these microphones are a little bit more flexible. You're paying more money. That's an extra $150 on the 57. But it depends on what you need in your area.
Yep.
Whether you're doing a podcast from home or you're a flexible studio like us, where you're doing podcasting and recording music as well. So yeah. That's
and we met them at Podcast Movement, right?
Oh yes,
Michelle.
Yes. Michelle.
Thanks to Michelle. Michelle, thank you.
Shout out and thank you, Michelle, for letting us try these amazing microphones out.
Arm, shock mount, the microphone.
Yeah. And again, actually, all of this stuff is available through the One of One Productions retail site, which the link is going to be in the summary. And you can also purchase these microphones through us.
Officially.
Exactly. So, I mean, we have Heil microphones. We also have, a whole bunch of other manufacturers as well. but we really want to highlight kind of all of the microphones that we work with and what we're selling. And what we sell a lot of our gear to audio engineers, but also first time podcasters, stuff like that. So people that are in small spaces, maybe you record, in your apartment or at your office or stuff like that. So check us out at oneofoneproductions.com. There's a link that'll take you right to the audio gear store with a lot of these.
Shop.
Yeah, the shop. Yeah. Audio gear shop is the link that you can click on. And you'll also see you'll see other video. We like to put the video with each product that we've tried out ourselves, and we like to let you guys know what we think about it.
And listen to actual product, how it sounds.
And
on
listen.
Male and female vocal.
Exactly. Listening and getting your own perspective of what you would like to hear. Yeah. Let's get into a little bit of the background with Heil. I mean, geez, again, Bob Heil, goodness, he's worked with everybody.
Oh yeah, Peter Frampton. Jesus.
From live to studio to install. So he's really thinking about all those realms. When I think about how these microphones are made, it's like, oh, okay, he does have that in mind.
Yeah.
with both of these microphones, where would you have these at? I mean, the great construction on the arms, just everything is super well made. So why not
solid
go
product
this way?
Solid product. And again, Heil Audio is a professional microphone manufacturer.
Yes.
You can see their products on a lot of stages. I've seen it with Radiohead. I've seen it with, I think, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
Other, major acts use these microphones. So,
why not have it on your podcast or home studio use as well?
Yes. We're gonna have some sessions coming up, and I'm wondering how one of these microphones was out on bass, and if we can squeeze in some drum recording as well.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah. We'll put those samples out as well as we do them. But we just wanted to, really delve into it for the podcast realm, and we came across. Well, we've known of Heil, since I've been in the audio. They're just one of the pillars of what we do. But being able to use them now for this, for podcasting and broadcasts and doing this sort of thing.
And build relationship with such a brand. And Michelle, I'm glad we met Michelle at Podcast Movement again.
Yes. And that's why we love going to conferences. And
you should too.
Yes, and you should too. If you're into, audio or podcasting or whatever, meet the people that are doing the things that you do. And, even with, whether you're a host and, just know what's out there. And, and if you don't, come check us out at 101productions.com. At the Art of Music Tech, this is what we're here for, so you can hear experts on the gear. So, we could help you make your decision on what you need for your setup. I'm not saying, get any certain mic, but hey, you have to keep in mind what your budget is and how you're going to use your microphone.
Application, yes.
And what works best for those two things.
Or if you have any mic that you want us to review and we haven't yet, maybe, we'll do that as well.
Yeah, let us know. And you can check us out on all of our social media, whether it's One of One Productions or 23DB Productions, which, both are wide open, and we're always looking at anything that hits there. So I think that's it for
That's it.
this episode. And thank you so much, everyone, for checking us out and wanting to know more about audio and what's the best ways to go about it. Again, let us know what you would like for us to deal with and what you would like for us to test out as well. All right, Dennis.
Yep. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys. And from Dennis and myself from the One of One Production Studios in Fort Lee, New Jersey, let's go.
Let's go, guys.